919fm.com. Here's what's happening.
Good afternoon. I am Vanessa Thomas with the 4 o'clock news on the street, 919 FM, and online Facebook and YouTube. In the headlines, security guard shot dead in San Fernando. Police kill bandit during spate of robberies in the San Juan area. Man killed while trying to cross highway, and internationally student had legs and fingers amputated after eating leftover Chinese takeout. And now the news in detail. A security guard was found shot to death in San Fernando. Police identified the deceased as Taquan Riquette. According to police, around 1:30 a.m. this morning, police received a report of a shooting in progress along the SS Erin Road in the vicinity of Source Medical Associates. When officers arrived, they observed the body of Riquette lying on the roadway in a pool of blood. He appeared to have been shot multiple times. One bandit was shot and killed by police during a spate of robberies at Boundary Road, San Juan, on Tuesday. The dead man has been identified as 25-year-old Daniel Robinson of Darbady. According to reports, officers of the Northeastern Division Task Force were called to the Reliable Appliances Parts and Services store on Boundary Road at around 12:55 p.m. Tuesday. When the officers arrived, they saw several workers tied up on the floor of the warehouse. One of the workers signaled to the officers that the bandits were still upstairs. On reaching upstairs, police saw the bandits and called out to them to surrender. However, police reported that Robinson pointed a gun at them and they shot him. He was later taken to the Eric Williams Medical Sciences Complex in Mount Hope, where he died. The other suspects were at large up to yesterday evening. The police believe there were between 8 to 10 robbers at the scene with 3 vehicles. Meanwhile, a mini-mart belonging to radio announcer and DJ Marlon Mr. Music was robbed on Monday. CCTV footage released on social media showed 2 young men walking into the mini-mart located along the Arima Old Road opposite the George Boyce Recreation Grounds in broad daylight around 1:20 p.m. One of the young men asked for and paid for a small bottle of water, and that is when his accomplice pulled out a gun and announced a hold-up. However, the quick-thinking cashier behind the burglar-proofing counter managed to press the alarm button, prompting the alarm to go off, causing the bandits to hastily run out of the mini-mart. The bandits were later identified as young men from the Tunapuna and Valencia areas. They were taken to the Arima police station. A 45-year-old man was killed in a road traffic accident yesterday evening. The deceased has been identified as Vishwanath Dionarain of Bassey Street, Balsain. Police said around 6:40 p.m., the man was reportedly crossing the Churchill Roosevelt Highway in the vicinity of Spring Village when he was struck by a vehicle while on the eastbound lane. The man reportedly was thrown several feet away and died at the scene. Internationally, a 19-year-old college student developed sepsis and lost his legs and fingers after eating leftover Chinese takeout food in what a doctor described as a perfect storm of events. Dr. Bernard Hissou described how the young man became severely ill after eating tainted leftovers, including lo mein, chicken and rice. The patient had been well until 20 hours before he ate the restaurant meal. However, after eating, he experienced abdominal pain and nausea. He was admitted to the Massachusetts General Hospital after developing sepsis and had to get parts of all fingers and his legs below his knees amputated. A friend had eaten the same meal as the victim and vomited but did not become progressively sick, according to a report. To reduce the risk of food poisoning from bacteria, leftover food should be refrigerated no later than 2 hours after it is removed from a heat source. And that was the 12 o'clock news on the street, 919 FM, and online Facebook and YouTube. Recapping the headlines: security guard shot dead in San Fernando. Police kill bandit during spate of robberies in the San Juan area. Man killed while trying to cross highway. An international student had legs and fingers amputated after eating leftover Chinese takeout. Do enjoy your afternoon and continue to be safe. I am Vanessa Thomas.
News from the street. News from the street. 919fm.com.
And now we get inside a session for this.
Me say you wake up in the morning and you just realize Carnival come.
What are you doing? Who does that? Monday. Yes, Carnival Monday, 3 p.m. Queen's Park, Savannah. People, you need vaccination on entry. Young brother, I'm going to be there live on the live DJ to be coming up. Shell it down. In other words, steam it up. Yeah? Who does that? You alone. Bounce on it like a trampoline. You! Yeah, Isabenza. Shake it from my leg. Ooh, yeah. So the ladies there. Carnival Monday, 3 p.m.
Hear this, TSB and T-Dot Sided alongside IWER George presents the Carnival Combat. Take bamboo riding. La la la. When you talk, when you smile, when you looked at me, girl, for a while, started blush like a child, but I ain't playing no game now. I will do anything for your love. Just say the word now. You're my day, you're my night, you're my sun, you're my rain, you're my world now. I've got to have you, got to hold you, I've got to squeeze you. I'm longing for your love, girl. I've got to have you, got to hold you, I got to win your heart. You set my soul on fire. 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 Fire, fire, ooh, fire, fire, yeah. Fire, fire, la la la, la la. The first time I saw your face, girl, I know that I met my bride now. Never felt this way for anyone. So real inside now, I can see myself taking strolls with you.